Today we are looking at completely new classes heading to Rising New Monsters. We have one unexpected one electrifying, and one, well, old-timer.
Yo, I wrote it down. I wrote it down.
Okay, so today I am going to be dissecting every single upcoming variant, new class, all of them. But before we go wild and go into them all, there is one class in particular in game that I find it's been left in the dark as all of these variants have come around. We've had rare Wublins, we've had adult Celestials, every single one of these. I have never thought in my mind we would ever encounter them for years, and then they came and I was left astounded. But legendaries, legendary monsters, they've been left untouched. And I think this is for good reason. The legendary monsters, they're each so similar. If we go on over to the Shugafam, for example, they each have hedge-like designs, and really the only distinguishable feature on them is their hats and their instruments. There's not really much going on inside of these designs. And I think if you were to have a rare or an epic, it's not going to differentiate them enough and bring about enough of a change to really warrant the epic or rare. And therefore, it becomes a case of, why would we have rares or epics? And then even if I'm looking at the Werdos as well, the Werdos, they're again so gosh darn similar. It gets to the point, why are we going to have rare epics for these? And it's understandable why we've not. They've got their tribal horns, the Werdos, their fuzzy hair. So even to think of variants when they're already so similar, no. It's just not gonna happen, yo. So my brain, when I think of this though, it goes, I want this concept, and I know all of you do as well. We love the legendary monsters, and I want to see this class get more spotlight. More spotlight is honestly what this class really does deserve, especially with it being one of the oldest classes inside of the game. So therefore, instead of variants, I was thinking, what if we went into something completely new and different for the legendaries? And for this, I am calling them superstars. What if we embrace that celebrity musical status that the legendary monsters have? Each Werdo is based on one of the voice actors behind the game. We have Maggie Park, for example, who voiced Magpie, Paul Sono with Sarah Parsons, or Talker Dave Stewart, Matthew Stewart. All of these celebrity-like people coming in is what forms the legendary class itself. And the Shugafam, of course, with being Christian Bush. If we embrace that musical tone, but bring about this whole new flair with them, with superstars, that would be amazing. Superstars, with them, I am thinking they would be entirely new monsters. I'm not just talking about a rare or anything. This time, I am talking about a completely different monster. Yes, they would make the same sounds, but seeing new animations and a completely new personality come on to bring about this role would be excellent. And having a new element as well to resemble this would be absolutely iconic. It's not just giving them a makeover this time, it's about giving them a whole new kind of treatment, reigniting the legendary class and giving each monster its own presence inside the game. I don't want these to be similar. These are going to be excellently different. Shugabush Island right now, well, it's a little bland, I would say, especially if you're looking at all of the monsters. But this is a way that you can bring a whole new fresh coat of paint towards the island and make it feel energetic and playful, which is absolutely what I would love to see Shugabush Island have, especially these animations coming along. And with those animations are beyond a decade old, 10 years and beyond old at this point, bringing about a whole new fresh coat of paint and everything. This is what these legendary monsters need, illuminated by new monster concept. And it does not stop there either. These new animations that these monsters could have would be absolutely enthralling. I'm so obsessed with this idea. I love it so much, and I've honestly had this idea for years. But let's go down the epic, mythical, and epic seasonal treatment here. I want to be blown away when these drop. I want to feel the same kind of excitement that I feel when I discover a new monster, but reigniting it on these old sounds. Bring this idea to life, baby, and make them feel like the celebrities that they are based off of even more, and make them feel even more as though they have that celebrity status, but instead of having them be so similar, have them have individuality. That is the special key behind these. Seeing the natural islands come to life again, especially when the epic mythicals end, seeing some new content for them will be absolutely marvelous with these superstar Werdos. Seeing them reignite once more, as those islands are going to have more content, but this would be a way to do it with a superstar Pulsona, Talker, and so forth. And personally, right, I'm looking at that Werdo price tag as well, and the rare Werdos or epic ones even, I've always thought, I don't even think I would want to pay double the price tag for a Werdo or whatever they may choose to increase the Werdo relics by, but in making them a superstar and making it an entirely new monster, now that is what I would pay relics for, man. I'm sure you guys would as well. Honestly, giving the legendaries even more spotlight could lead to even more legendary monsters in the future as well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, please. Especially with this CG5 teaser, which apparently they may go in game with some kind of song soon. I'm just saying, I want more legendary monsters. And this is the way to reignite the spotlight on them. But what do we base each superstar on then? So let's go to the Shugafam first. And oh my goodness, I have an awesome idea. Oh my god. We already know the Shugafam, how they get their colors from. It's been revealed inside of their bios and their lore. So what if we use these exact materials that the Shugafam use in order to get their coloring and distinct features in the superstar designs and really embrace them? So for Sugar Joe, we had daily mud baths, Sugar Bows, Saggle tree nuts, Sugar Beets, Symbol shroom powder, Sugar Bass, special fungus on its fur, Sugar Vox, DG wax, and then Shugabush. Well, that one's still a mystery. I guess that one's just a normal one, yeah. Boy, we can go crazy with that, mind you, because Christian Bush, that is who it's based off. And for this, I've asked LOLCowz to bring my ideas to life in this amazing art for this video, so let's have a look. So first off, we have Shugabush, which we don't know its origins behind, but I asked them to really embrace the Christian Bush-esqueness behind this monster. We have a little flower placed on them, a little embellishment there. They've grown their beard out tremendously to embrace how Christian Bush has it out there. With these designs, they actually chose LOLCowz. This was their own doing. They chose to base them off some elements which we'll put on screen here too, so don't bear that in mind inside of the design. We also have the instruments towards the side here, which they've designed absolutely marvelously. I would love to see how they'd redesign these instruments, especially with the artistic talent that the team has now. I almost take this as being almost like Bigfoot. Oh, it's embracing that wooden atmosphere of Sugarbush even more, this one. And I love the hat that Christian Bush sometimes wears being embraced on Sugarbush here. I love how much it goes back to Christian Bush, this one. I love it. And then for Sugar Rock, we have a daily tan. Now for Sugar Rock, they've actually decided to make them a bit more avian. I think they've really went away from the core feature, which I was expecting behind Sugar Rock for this one, which I'm not sure about, but it turned out absolutely amazing. We can see some leaf-like embellishments towards the bottom there of the design. They've definitely got a mud-like body engraved on them. It feels as though they may have worn away from the amount of tanning that they have done. Which, I mean, okay, well, you do you, Sugar Rock. You rock yourself away. We have some elf-like ears here as well, and mushroom-like fungi arising from their arms there. I love the instrument once more behind this one. It feels butterfly-esque, this one. Honestly, Sugar Rock owns the best instrument, in my opinion, out of the Shugafam. So seeing a bit of that come through with this design absolutely nailed it for me. Then we have Sugar Joe with daily mud baths, and my God, this one changed immensely. Now, this is the kind of change which I am talking about, baby. If we look at this one, it's got an really ugly, to be honest. It's got an almost feline, this one. We've got huge feet towards the bottom, some jewels, ribbons engrossed all around it to show off, well and truly, just how dirty this thing is. Everything is muggy. This thing, it takes mud baths. I'm not sure about whether they're clean or not. Well, they're definitely not. And that's what we love about this one. I love the eyes, and once again, an awesome instrument there. If we've gone over to Sugar Beets, this one. Wow, this one is my favorite out of the ones LOLCowz made for me. Sugar Beets came out on top. If you look at this one, they've designed it almost fairy-like. We have the symbol shroom powder that this one is based on, and you can see immensely just how they've dedicated this towards being almost mythical. It's definitely what you get the vibe off of just from symbol shroom powder powder alone. So seeing that be embraced with the locks on it and it feeling almost Bridget-like and very island, I love it. You can almost see some facade-like stripes coming from the back of this monster as well, like to what facade has on Fairy Island, the Fairy Island Titan. Wonderful there. And then we have Shugabush, which eats saggle tree nuts. I'll put the saggle tree on screen right now, that decoration. They got, wow. Well, this one, it went pretty wild. We got quite an aquatic flair with this one. It's got some fins. I love the hair on it. Hair? Yes, please. And then we have some arms too, rubber-like in appearance, a stone-like base or body rather. Get rid of the hedge, we're over the hedge. That's what we're really feeling with these superstars. I love how it's got flipper-like feet too. I mean, come on, yeah. Once again, a really avian-like tone with this one. You can see this, how the saggle tree nuts have been used, but rather than as just basing it off the saggle tree nuts alone, they've decided to encase them underwater, which I thought was an excellent concept behind this one. Then we have Shugabash. Shugabash has its special fungus on its pelt that helps differentiate, and wow, this one went way different. Now, this is the kind of difference we're talking again, guys. This one wears a necklace, it looks like, and several ornaments, very jeweled-like in appearance. They definitely went out of the park in making this one quite special, as it's quite hard with just the fungus on its pelt going off of it, I would say. We have a ladybug-like instruments for it as well, and I love the jewel on top of its hair that you can see. A very excellent design once again here. And if we go on to Shugafam, this is the one that I think everyone is going to be super hyped for, and this one, it has Deej earwax. Absolute ew moment. Like Jimmy Fallon, the ew. I'm feeling the so this one, it has DG wax, and they have took it out of the park once again. I actually asked them to redesign this one. They initially sent me this concept, but I thought we need to go even further, and they did that really well here. We have almost gauntlet-like equipment on both their knees there, and then their arms too, to the bottom of them. We have some hair locked up coming down from it, swaying back and forth. Very Werdo-like, I will admit, with the horns too. I love getting into the legendary class and linking them up together a bit more, because honestly they feel so separate and undistinguishable from one another at the moment, so seeing that would be nice. And now though, what do we base the Werdos on? We've been over the Shugafam, so what would the Superstar Werdos be like? Well, for the Werdos, I would love to see them go back to their original roots. In the beta, when they were being designed, the Werdos, they were originally going to have different forms per island. They weren't necessarily going to have monster forms, but there was going to be a specific one to each island, and they were called the Lyrics, which are on screen now. Instead of them being based on individual islands, the Superstar Werdos, I think throwing back to this concept, but instead making one Superstar version based off one of the original natural elements would be absolutely amazing. Instead, think about this, for example, we could have Talker for the cold element, Pulsona, plant, Steward, earth and air, I associate with these, and then Magpie, water. Comment your ideas down below, but overall, I think that these matches are absolutely matched towards the core foundations between each of these Werdos, and I tried to think up in my head which one I think about the most when I look at the designs. But now though, let's move on to something completely different, as we're going on to Elder Celestials and Epic Wublins now. Yes, we are doing them both at once, baby. Get it? So we have a special message left by Monster Handler Matt to take a listen to here, which might involve how we are going to obtain them. So take a listen.
On Wublin nor Celestial Island, neither of those islands have a home main structure that can be used. I wonder how we're going to solve that problem. Anyway,
so the structure is same, both for Celestial and Wublin Island. Well, there's nothing that we know for these islands that's planned beyond the Epic Wublins and Elder Celestials. So therefore, this new structure that's been teased here, I think this is going to be dedicated to obtaining each of these new variants on Celestial and Wublin. But when I think about a new structure coming, I know you guys are thinking this as well. My brain goes, I cannot do this. I'm already running out of space on Wublin. Actually, if you look on Wublin Island, I literally only have one of each species, and already my island is absolutely jam-packed, and I could not see myself having room for this, and I don't see requiring to do so. As if we think about it, I think the method that they should go with, because of this fact, is to place these structures on the outskirts, outside of the island space. So take your Magical Nexus Stair Shaper, for example. That's outside the island island grid, and therefore you have all your space to place all your monsters down with. I think they should take this stride and therefore have the structure itself be placed outside of the grid space. On Wublin Island, for example, maybe have the structure connected to the island itself, connected to Wublin Island at the side. All through the years, I've been longing to see Wubox's workshop make a return, and I think this would be the best moment to do so. Inside of the teasers for the Wublins, we originally saw where the Wubox made all of the Wubox statues, and I think this structure would be a perfect time to make it dedicated to that workshop and bring that lore back once more. In fact, we've even got Wubox inside of a recent promo image, literally dedicating their time towards how the epic Wublins are made. We'll get back to that in a minute, but hey ho, I'm just saying, Wubox's workshop. But so the Celestials too, seen as though the island is very asteroid-like, I was thinking the structure could sit and float up above the island itself, perhaps, outside of the grid space. It feels very Celestial Island-y to have it be like an asteroid floating up above. Come on, outside of the space, please. And then we could have this Celestial Island structure I was thinking be based on the observatory from Dawn of Fire as well. Originally in the Celestial Ascension trailer, they literally had the observatory literally placed on the island. I think this was teasing the future, and maybe this structure is going to be based on the observatory, I think. Hopefully they do that, because man, I love it whenever we make references to Dawn of Fire and lore. And also, I have one little bit here as well. This structure, it needs to act as a hotel. Please, for God's sake, please let us store our monsters. I've been wanting this for years, and I've literally brought it up, I think, over the years as well. This is the time to do it. If it does not happen now, it is not happening, and I need the room and space, especially on Wublin Island. Please, please, please. But what is this structure gonna do it, the rises, though? And how is it gonna work? And why do we even need a structure? Well, Elder Celestials and Epic Wublins are going to be the final additions to their islands, and this is going to be endgame content. And that both Rare Wublins and Adult Celestials, they both had the same unlock method. They both evolved from the common monsters using eggs. So automatically my brain is thinking, just again, why is this structure even needed? And I think this is because the Rare Wublins and Adult Celestials, they were already so gosh darn hard to get. I think this is actually, in reverse, it's gonna make it easier for y'all. I know I'm going out there with this. Please be true, but I think this is going to make it easier. I think it's going to allow you to evolve into an epic any form of the monster placed on the island. But here's the twist. I think dependent on what you put in, the price and the eggs required is going to become easier. So say that you use a Rare Wublin inside of the structure. Boom! You're going to have 50% eggs less that you're going to need to put in for the epic Wublin. But if I use a common of that monster, you're going to need 25% less. But you're wondering, what about 0% left? Well, I think this is where the game-changing moment is going to come in. What if, instead, for the Epic Wublins and Elder Celestials, you could, with this new structure, convert a regular statue into an epic form or Elder statue? This would revolutionize the game, and I'm just saying, this would make the barrier of entry so much lower. Putting it behind a common, then a rare, then an epic, that is a huge boundary for people just wanting these monsters, and therefore having an epic statue available from the offset. This is where I am at. This is where we are talking, yo. I think there's too much of a barrier here, and therefore I do think they are going to go ahead and do this. Just like what LOLCowz is displaying on screen right now, I think the statues are going to have this feature whereby we can convert them. It's just going to be a case, if you put the rare in, you're going to have 50% less eggs to fill in when you get the statue back from the structure. It's perfect. I hope they do it. Yes, please. And also, we could have new statue designs dedicated towards these Elder, Celestial, and Epic Wublin designs. I love the statues. They are the core foundation behind, and such a nostalgic feature behind Celestial Island and Wublin Island. Having some new ones, come on, come on. And let's not forget either, guys, these are going to require epic monsters. This was confirmed in the help menu 2 years ago now, I think. So Epic Wublins and Elder Celestials will require them. Just having the ability to lower that at all through doing a Rare Wublin or a common one, it's OP. It is the correct move to go down. Having this evolution flexibility, I do think, with reward scaling based on the form you use, that's going to help so much. And I think this is a form where everyone is going to win. It's going to make it easier if you want it to be easier, or you can go really hard. It's up to you. But Elder Celestials, let's talk about them a little bit more here. Elder Celestials, they already appear in Dawn of Fire, but here's the thing with that. The Elder Celestials in My Singing Monsters on Celestial Island, they are going to be so much harder to get. They're going to have huge requirements, and their lore is so cool, and therefore my expectations are actually quite high for these. These designs, I feel like they need to go beyond core, like, as in worth all of the work that you have to put in. I want to feel the amount of coolness that I feel, for example, when I get a Quint in Dawn of Fire and I saw their designs for the first time. Knolls, Tusky, Mimic, all of these designs went next level, but then when Amber Island came along, it felt like they downgraded a bit. For example, when we had Dromedary, Candelabra, instead this time, I want to see the Elder Celestials have that artistic flair that Dawn of Fire has. Sure, Dawn of Fire is so much more texturized. I'm sure if they really focused and honed into it, they could make these have such an amazing stylistic flair to them, because these artists are so talented, and I do believe that they can do that if they really tried. And therefore, I have faith. They are really good again. We're gonna have them artsy, majestic, and oozing with flair. We're gonna have them... I'm sorry, I have to artesque, These animations too. The Elder Celestials, they were so gosh darn good. When I looked at them, their animations were so good, especially Ludwig, the way it transitioned between every single one of their tracks. It was outstanding, and therefore I want to see that again, of course, but this time, make it even cooler. I want these animations to feel that cool, and do you know how I think they could do it? They could tie to the individual celestial powers, Syncopipe, bending time, Galvana, creating life, maybe even throw in there some Wubox experimentation. Come on, lay down the teaser for the Wuboto prototype monster. I'm calling it. Come on. That's a perfect chance to... All right, now I'm so excited. This is the final stage of Celestial Island. We've got to make it feel monumental. Give it that grand finale that Celestial Island deserves, and that carries through to the epic Wublins as well. Please, and this is something that I really desperately hope they do. With the Elder Celestials, they must integrate lore into these. Their memories, they have been gone so long. It's been confirmed the young ones, they forgot all about what happened, and they played such an important role in the Dawn of Fire. I have so many questions, and I want to see them answered this time. The Adult Celestials, I'm sorry, the bios were not good in this regard. They were great for knowing more about the Colossals and so forth, but I need to know about them and their powers too. And this is the time to do it now. The memories, they have been gone for so long. What if unlocking their powers somehow unlocks their past? What if their powers now serve a new purpose in the monster world too? How do they use them now? I need to know, and I need it, please. I know the Adult Celestials, they were going for a different vibe with their lore, and it was so cool with hearing the journeys of the Colossals, but I need the powers now. Come on. I need the majesticness and the overseerness. They always oversaw the monster world in the Dawn of Fire. That was just such an integral lore point. I want to see that once more and then almost come back to that role almost. So cool. And now we have Raw Zebra's Scaratar design on screen now. They have done an excellent job. I'm sorry, Raw. I'm going to have to go out there and say this, but I think when they go back to these, they are going to have to maybe even artistically flare them up even more beyond this. I am so excited behind what they choose to do. I hope that they choose something excellent that would help give them that flair. This is definitely a great showcase though of what we could potentially get at here. And now for Epic Wublins, now to talk about what you have all been waiting for all along, baby. It's on the login screen. You can see Wublin Island. It is coming soon. It's even got a teaser in game that we've been over now. Yes, Epic Wublins, I do think I'll come in this Wednesday. Just like I teased in my last Fury video, one of these is actually coming up. Oh. Now let's have a look at this teaser that we've got in game though. So we've got Wubox looking at a dashboard in this electric feel promotion. So let's break down what is going on here. So we have all of the natural elements, including fire, listed here. We have air, plant, earth, cold, fire. And then we have an asterisk here, and it says CG5 equals 11. CG5 equals 11. This refers to the breakout, the box, Wubox video. I'm so excited to react to that, man. That refers to that, the day that it released, the 11th of April. Then we have the 24th of March here, 2016, which is when Wublin Island released. And then it's saying, to coincide with that, this next Wednesday, we're going to have Epic Wublins on the 16th of April this year, which, yes. And then we have an equation at the bottom. And it honestly doesn't reveal quite much here, but it says egg essence divided by zap. This is basically Wubbox working out how the law is going to work behind this, right? The countering in, the storm clouds around Wublin Island, the magnetic capability behind the monsters, like polarity that we have for the Wublins, plus higher burn 8. I don't know what that means. Maybe some kind of element equals evolution. Now, the main point down here that we are revealed towards is the fire. It reveals that fire monsters are going to be needed, as it literally says that out of the elements, fire is going to be integral inside of the eggs. And this is a huge point here. The Wublins initially, they didn't have any requirements requiring the fire monsters. So therefore, with the epic Wublins, this confirms basically we are going to have new inventories for the epics. The rares, they literally just took the normal eggs, halved them, and made them rares required. This time, they're going to have completely new ones. Whether this means that they are only going to be epic eggs, or if there's going to be some commons, rares, or even epics inside, it remains to be seen. But seems as though this is a completely new inventory now, it definitely leaves a lot to be questioned. If we look at the bottom too, it says that relics are not required, so to relics, but instead they're going to need keys this time. I think the requiring keys is actually related to the structure itself. I think that rather than when you awaken the monsters themselves, the statues for the epic Wublins are going to be what require keys, and I think this might be the case for the Elder Celestials as well here. Rare Wublins, man, they already felt so different. When I was looking at Rare Poke is literally my favorite rare Wublin, maybe, yeah, my favorite rare, and man, imagining that next level. These are gonna be insane, and completely new animations. Once again, this is an island that is almost a decade old now, and having new ones? This island is a fan favorite too, so seeing it get some more spotlight is going to be so cool as well. This island, it's going to have so much life, it's going to get down and crazy.
Get down
The crazy. I'm betting we'll see more than one epic Wublin, I think, this Wednesday. I'm not sure if we'll get all 5 original ones here. It feels like that might be an overload, depending on how the new mechanic works here. But if they do all 5 again, I'm here for I'm here. LOLCowz has designed some concept arts behind these as well, so let's have a look. So first off, we have Epic Brump being based off of Epic Thurcon with the eggs and the twigs there. Not necessarily just devoting itself to Epic Thurcon, but embracing the twig likeness behind the design with the feathers. Take a listen, oh my god!
Wake up the Wublins, wake up the Wublins! Wake up the Wublins, wake up the Wublins!
I love the third on this one. Imagining how they're going to excel once again. LOLCowz, you are just bringing everything to life right now, and I'm obsessed. Please, oh my god, it's like a big cute furry. And then we have Epic Drumroll. The face on this looks so exquisite, LOLCowz. This might be the best designed one I've seen yet. Well, let's hold on here because there's one really cool one as well coming out. We have a red-like clown nose here. The eyes, they are so segmented. It reminds you of where the wild things are. And it's so Wublin. Come on, baby. I'm not sure if they're going to be this colorful. They feel so dramatic, the Wublins, don't they, when they come along? But this kind of a change is absolutely where I'm at. The dedicated individual creatures towards the drums that they use as well around Drumroll. I'm so excited to see how they integrate that. And the horns, oh, it's so good. The tentacles, oh. And then we have Epic Poke, and oh my goodness, watch this one come to life. This one is a heavenly angel rather than the almost negative, dark atmosphere around Poke. LOLCowz told me they decided to take this one in much more of a positive note, using almost heavenly-like vibes behind this. Taking a listen to this is so good. Oh, if the rare was already amazing, you can only imagine what the epic is going to be like. The golden ornaments around it, the light encapsulating this light, blissful atmosphere around Poke once again is absolutely astounding. Then we have Zinf. Let's see what happens here, my boys. Hey! This one is absolutely grotesque. It is a Wublin. We have brain-like matter coming from it, and then flame-like appearance coming from its backside. It has that many textures, this one. My eyes are going everywhere. And it is ultimately a Wubbox contraption. Yeah, let's give a listen to its sounds. This one is so cute in its animations. I don't know how you did such a massive conflict there, but it worked out immensely well. And then we have Epic Vlog, which let's take a listen to this one waking up now. Hey, this crystal dude. Wow, look at the eyes here. This is the kind of change which I am talking about between the rare and epics. The rare Wublins honestly have so much of the best designs. I'm imagining this. Let's take a listen here. This kind of artistic flair is where we are talking. The crystals all amongst its body and the fur like tail behind it. The eyes are absolutely where my eyes are at though. It's so curious, this design, taken with a face from it. It's such an immense change, and the immense change that these Wublins deserve. I am so excited between every single one of these. The Superstars is such an amazing concept that I hope they bring to life. The Elder Celestials, I can't wait. I think those are coming in summer song. The Epic Wublins, I think I'm most excited for those, the Superstars. Oh my goodness, that's glorious. Now we wait for you, my lovely Epic Wublins, and also maybe rare Spy Trap. I mean, I don't know what the scratch ticket glitch is where it appears but doesn't, but I assume that's coming soon, so there you go. That's all for now. I will look forward to my glorious Epic Wublin and hitters. Oh, I'm really excited for this Wednesday. I hope y'all